Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Mary, and today I ask Spirit a specific question about the pandemic. And I wanted to know what's the reason for it. Why did we have a worldwide pandemic? I did meditate on it, and I got that it was for us to take our power back. Now, what does that mean exactly? I got that it is time that we knew what was true. And I'm not exactly sure what that means. So I'm throwing cards to see if I can get some more answers. The answers that I did get, as I tried to dig deeper, it had to do with us being enslaved, us not owning our own sovereignty, us not being responsible for ourselves. And we need to know what is real. So then I was directed to throw cards, lay out some cards to get more clarity. So that's what I'm doing. So Spirit, what was the reason for the worldwide pandemic? Why were we all brought inside our homes, away from the people that we love, and pretty much put into solitude? In a sense, why was the world stopped? Why was there a pandemic that stopped the world, Spirit? Why was there a pandemic to stop the world? And this card just jumped out, guys. Three of Swords, which talks about loss. So I'm getting that we had to have some kind of loss. We had to have loss in order to shake us up. And I'm feeling like that's kind of like that Tower card. You know, when we get the Tower card, it's like there has to be some kind of loss, some kind of destruction. So it's like we've lost, loved ones. People have lost their homes. People have lost their jobs. There's been a lot of loss. So, first card that jumps out to the answer. Okay, we had to have that. We had to have loss in order to wake us up and make us see what is real. Let's see what else. What else, Spirit? What about what is real? What is real, Spirit? What is real? Explain that to me, Spirit. We all know there's a lot going on. There's still a lot of loss, happening right now. Even though the mandates, for the most part, have been lifted, there's a war going on. Okay. So this card, there's two of them that jumped out. Justice and the world. So this is telling me that even though there was some loss, there will be justice. And this World card is all about completion. So something had to be completed. For us to see what was real. Okay, so Spirit, can you tell me more about this? What had to be completed? The Strength card jumped out. I think this is saying that we had to realize our strength and our power. Okay. We have to realize our strength and our power. Queen of Wands. Now the Wands, this is all about, I'm taking this as a feminine energy. She takes action. This Queen of Wands, if I looked at this, she would be like a Leo queen, and which means that she's going to stand out. She's going to make things happen. She's going to that wand that she has is very, very powerful. So this wand, she's going to use this wand to create what is necessary for this world change here, for this cycle of completion to happen. So the Queen of Wands, the feminine energy, is being used or stepping forth and using its power and creativity to get some things done. And this Queen of Pentacles is strong. She's a strong energy. She's a strong feminine energy. All right, so let's see what else, Spirit. What else can you tell me, Spirit, about the pandemic? Why was it worldwide? It's going to affect, because it needed to affect the world. Not just certain places, but the world. The whole world need to be awakened to the feminine energy. All right, what else, Spirit? Okay, these two cards jumped out. It's the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. The Five of Pentacles is a feeling of being left out, a feeling of poverty, a feeling of not belonging. And I think that that's what this feminine energy wants to bring about. It wants to bring about strength to those who thought that they were not included in what was going, in what included in the world as equals, as humans. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Cups. The aces are about new beginnings. Cups are about water and emotion. So these people that felt left out are very emotional, and there's plenty of people around the world that are feeling left out, especially now. And but there's a new beginning for these people. There's a new beginning, and that's the hand of God is saying, here's a new start for you. Here's a new start for you. Here's a new beginning for you. Relationships have to be new beginnings for new relationships. People need to come together. This is to tell people. People need to realize that they need to come together. They need to build together. They need to work together. Okay. Let's see. What else, Spirit? What else can you tell me about this, Spirit? What else can you tell me about this worldwide pandemic that we've been going through, that we're still going through? In a sense. Okay, judgment. Judgment is about things that happened in the past and letting go of the past. Maybe we've been judged by some things. Humanity basically has been judged because of things that have happened in the past. So this judgment card is coming forth. Now, you can see the angel there. The angel is coming forth to have people realize that judgment is here now. Judgment is here now. So, Spirit, okay, we're being judged. Things that have happened in the past. And I can't say that this would be like a revengeful thing, but we have to look at what has happened in the past. Yeah, and then the King of Pentacles jumps out. So in the past, we're being judged on the material things, the money, everything else that was important, except and so important to some that others were left out. Others were left out. Others were in poverty. Others had nowhere to go. But it's because of the money. It's because of the money that the material things, the abundance that some had and others didn't. Okay. Spirit, what else can you tell me about this pandemic? What else can you tell me, Spirit, about this pandemic? Why did it happen? Why was it worldwide? Why did it get so far? Why did it affect so many people? Well, I get people were worried, or people are worried. There was sleepless nights and things going on. And then I get this 9 of Pentacles here. Now normally, this 9 of Pentacles would be about someone that is independent with their money. But nines can also be about instability. Instability. So there was instability and people were worried. Okay, instability. In what way? Who was worried? What people? Instability in what way? What people were worried? Spirit. Instability for who? For who, Spirit? It's for the people that want to stay in charge. And I get this card shows up. There was a plan. There was planning. So this is part of a plan. So things became a little unstable for the people that wanted to stay in charge. So there was a plan. And they were hopeful. Now when this star shows up, it is about hope, but it's also about spirit. It's also about spirit showing up, like to give us guidance. Okay, so I'm going to say there was a plan, but spirit never left. Spirit was always there to guide those of us that needed the hope and the guidance. So there was always hope that things would get better. Now the Six of Swords is telling me that sixes are all about like coming together, harmony, improvement. So this card, this pandemic was brought about to move us to smoother waters. To move us to smoother waters, because the instability of the people that wanted to be in power could cause us to lose hope. So there was a burden brought about, which is what the pandemic is. It caused a burden. But I see with this Ten of Wands here that we're at the end of it. But there was a burden brought upon on the people. So, Spirit, can you give me more on how we need to know what is real? Can you give me more information on knowing what is real, Spirit? More information for us to know about what is real. Tell me more about that, Spirit. Pretty much we need to wake up. Some will, some won't. Okay, so I get the Emperor, which is someone that's in charge. This is the law. This is someone powerful. This is someone that takes control. You know, I'm almost getting this is the universe taking control. So the universe had to take control and put an ending to what was going on, to put an ending to bring clarity, to put an ending to the mental indecisiveness that we here have, the indecision, we weren't clear, so it's like we're at the end of this some things had to happen. Some things like, waking us up. And in order to wake us up, I go back to this first card here, in which there was, loss, a lot of grieving, that kind of thing, with this with this 3 of Swords here. And then we get to the 10 of Swords here, which is finally we get to the end of it. But there has been a lot going on to make us clear, to get us to have a clear mind to see some clarity in what is real, what is really going on. We had to get that clarity. And so the universe, spirit, all that is, whatever's in control here, had to get us to that point of ending this unclarity. I know that's the wrong word, but it had to open our minds up. It had to get us to look at the real facts, what is real, and that kind of thing. And then so that we could move forward. It's time for us to move forward. So that is what the universe is ready for us to move forward. And there had to be some distress. There had to be some, we call this stabbing in the back, but not really. What in some instances, the stabbing in the back. So humanity basically had to be put on its face down, to realize what is going on in the world. And I look at this card, this humanity, the world, and we are being, when you think of Swords, you think about clarity. You think about resolution, decision making, that kind of thing. It's an air sign. So yeah, even though it resembles someone being stabbed in the back, it also resembles clarity. It also brings us resolution. It also helps us to use our minds better when we think about air and that kind of thing. So yeah, and then it's time for us to move forward. So the universe had to step in, wake us up, so that we could move forward from under this power, under this money and power that others are planning to keep us in this place of wanting, needing, and that cycle is coming to an end. It's coming to an end because there's been judgment. Okay, and let's see, one more card, Spirit, to help me get this message, an understanding. But okay, one more card, Spirit. A card of feminine celebration. Feminine celebration. That's what's moving forward. I did get the card of the feminine energy with the Queen of Wands here, and the feminine energy is coming. This is a 3 of Cups here. It's an emotional card. Cups are about water, relationships, emotions. The feminine power will be celebrating. This is what Spirit wants. The feminine part. The feminine power to move forward. And that's what's happening now. That is what's coming forward. Wow. So, okay, to summarize. The reason that there was a worldwide pandemic was to make us realize our power. And part of that power includes the feminine power, which has been depressed for so long. Now it's time for that feminine energy to move forward and take its place. Take its place and realize its power. Things have come full circle now, so that the universe is ready for us to move forward. We have the help of the universe to move us there. We have guidance, but that feminine power is coming through. That feminine energy is coming through. So it's time for the feminine energy to take its place, and we had to be shook up for us to realize that patriarchy has had its time. It's over. Okay? And so with the feminine power, of course, the feminine power is more like a nurturing power. It doesn't leave anyone out. As we know, most mothers are always helping. You wouldn't see certain people just left out of decision making, left out of things that are happening around them, and just discarded. The feminine energy is definitely a different energy, and it's going to be more healing and more helpful, and it's that energy that's going to bring everyone, people back together again, relationships back together. It's the energy that's going to bring back love, to help usher in more love instead of wars. So that is what that pandemic was all about. Wow. Thank you guys. If you stayed to the end of this, I really appreciate it. And I would really appreciate it, guys, if you would subscribe if you haven't, and share this if you know someone that this may help. All right? Thank you so much. Have a good evening.